Hi, welcome to Grudy's. Ooh, e30 M3 update. Okay, so it's 2 a.m. Tuesday morning. I'm done. I've got to wash up, go to bed, but I'll show you what I got done today. We have a brake kit. I have been waiting for so long. The sunroof's in, the handbrake's in, the rear brake line's hooked up till on top of the diff. Alright, so there's brake lines there, they've got to go onto the trailing arms. I have to change the rear hat and change that around. I'm not putting an E31 back in, I'm going to use E28 rear hats, and I'm going to put a bush this way, not that way. Alright, so then that way I don't have to cut that beam out, then I've just got to cut the boot floor out and redo that. Nice and easy. Battery trays in. I have to drill the locating holes across the sill panel. I have to paint the bottom half of the door jamb. Start prepping the quarters a bit better. Look at that. 345mm rotor, e90 335 caliper with the stupid pieces taken off. I was going to curve it all. Brand new hub, 2-piece, Brembo pad. It's tight. It all sits in there. It's a brand new wheel bearing, brand new hub, brand new ball joints on the inner. These are e36 Evo arms. Oh, I'll check, make sure I didn't block the camera. It's got MRT lollipops. They're just, we'll see if they're going to do the job. If they are, I'll pay my mate for them. I've got some front brake lines to do. They'll be done this week. Then all the front brakes will be hooked up. Then I will keep going to the rear. Next step for me is engine mounts. Mount the steering rack properly. Bunch of other little stuff. Yeah. So, you want to see how this all fits? Where is my torch? Where is the torch? This one will do. Right. So, see these little bolts out here? I lost some of those, so I made them. The two outer ones are Allen keys that I cut down, and I thought they'll look nice and neat. Paint job's not the best, just is what it is. But if you look behind here, there's a spacer. Probably need some bigger ones. And there's a tiny little spacer down in there. So that's an E90 bracket. And there's a tiny little spacer. It's actually about 1 mil thick. These were about 1 mil out because of the anodizing and the fact that they're 2-piece, and you got a little bit of discrepancy. They're Seeker 2-piece. So the front brake kit on this car is probably once. So these have got a ceramic piston. I will redo these at some stage and put seals and stuff in them. But what I will do is I'll make some titanium pistons when I put seals in it, because the ceramics crack and the caliper dies, and I want to race this car. So I will have to, at some stage, buy another set of calipers, strip them, put seals in, make some titanium pistons. This is the stuff you do if you want to utilise something like that. That's big. I don't have a baby's hand. That's a big setup. The rim only barely goes over it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's been a big day. Hold on. So let me put this down. Rightio. Look at that. So these wheels are going black. Satin is what I'm thinking. There is room. There's minimum 5 to 8 mil most of the way around. So it's actually decent. That's pretty good. And that's 8.5 on the front. Now I've had that on the other side. I'm going to put some 225 40s on these 8.5s, and this is going to run 225 40s front and rear. That's what I'm eventually going to run. But the tyres that I want to run are $300 each. So we don't really have that at the moment. So what we've got is, we've got 215 45 ZR17s. Got some RE, what are they? Oh, they're wind runs. Right, they're in decent condition. They're near new, so they'll be fine. They'll go on it for its maiden voyage and set up and doing. Hopefully, they'll make it through Summernats. Plus, I've got some 215-40 17s on some 7.5s, and I've got some 235s. So what I'll do is I'll get a set of 205 40s, and I'll put them onto the other two, and then that way I'll have 4 skid ties to take the Summernats. So yeah, we've got a bunch of shit to do, like clean up here and just a bunch of fab work in the boot. That's what I've got to get done in the next 2 weeks, is get the boot all finished, get all the inner guards at the rear done, get the towers done, because this whole piece here has got to be changed totally. Sorry, Spidey, but you're going to have to leave. So yeah, big brake kit, man. And I think the wheels are going to look real special when they're black. And I'm pretty sure they've got to go satin. So we'll see how they look once it's all done. But I like this. I used an E28 centre cap, not the later ones, because the E28 one was nice and flat. And I envisioned all this. As I was making the wheels, I envisioned this. I was going to make a cap that actually went further out of aluminium, but that will do the trick. That'll do what I want. And look at that, I've got some clearance. So I can run some washers in the back to get some more negative if I need it. So, and I think this will actually be up about here. Probably about there by the time I lower it and get it to the height I want it at, because it's actually got to be lower. I've had it on this side and there was a fair bit of wheel gap, and I actually want the wheel about there and it was down about here. So I want to pull about 30 mil out of ride height from here, and I'll just drop it all down. That's what I'll start getting done this week. There you go. Update. I think we've got 92 or 93 days to go. Yeah, about 93. Gotta love that.